In this video, I'm going to give you guys 7 different places where you can deploy your application completely for free. Yes, I'm going to share 7 places you can host your application for free, including your full stack application. So first place, of course, a lot of you have already worked with Github Pages before. If you haven't, it is a fantastic place where you can deploy your application for free. Yes, basically, if you have a React application, Angular app, Vue.js, or even a simple basic index HTML application, that could be deployed also to Github Pages, and it is completely for free. Anybody can use it. Cool thing with Github Pages, it also allows you to connect your custom domain as well. So if you do buy a domain from GoDaddy or from any hosting other services out there, then you can also connect that to Github Pages. Second popular places you can deploy your application completely for free is Vercel. Vercel is one of those companies that a lot of developers do love their product, and they've been releasing a really cool products. Like, they are the company behind Next.js. If you haven't used Next.js, well, highly recommend you check that out. Anyway, you can use Vercel to deploy application like Next.js, React, Nuxt.js, Vue.js, Ember.js, and a lot of different libraries out there that you could use to deploy your application completely for free. And again, there are tons of other big companies out there using Vercel to deploy their application. They're actually using AWS account. They're actually using AWS to deploy their app, and you can leverage that in order for you to deploy your application completely for free. If you want to explore their pricing, they also have different tier, but again, you can deploy your personal stuff with no single dime. Third place you can deploy your application completely for free is Netlify. Yes, Netlify, it's a really awesome platform that you can leverage in order to deploy your application. A lot of big companies are using them in order to deploy the application. So they got a couple listed here. You got Twilio, which is a big company that processes a lot of text. You got Peloton and Ethereum and a lot of different other places that use Netlify to deploy their application for free. And they also have pricing that you can take a look at as well. That if you go down there, got pricing, they got the free tier, and of course, do you want to pay for it? You can, of course, pay the $19 a month, and you can deploy your application completely for free. Another great platform is Firebase. If you haven't used Firebase before, definitely need to check it out. Firebase do have everything you need, such as authentication, real-time database, and even hosting plus storage that you can leverage to build a full stack application, not to mention cloud functions. Yes, you can use Firebase to host your application for free, and you don't have to pay for it. And it integrates with a lot of different places. Firebase, if you're watching this, I think this is a bug. This image doesn't display. So I don't know. Might need to fix this. Anyway, long story short, it integrates with a lot of different tools as you are building application on it. So you can host your application. A lot of companies are hosting application like Venmo, Trivago, Lyft, Duolingo, and a lot of different places are hosting application on Firebase. So again, if you haven't checked it, definitely make sure you check it out. So if you look at the pricing, got no cost stock box plan, or you can pay as you go. Kind of like the same style like AWS, where you pretty much most of those cloud providers out there, you pay as you go. But again, they do have a free tier where you basically don't pay anything at all, and you got access to all of this for free. Railway, actually, this one is a new app that I recently discovered, and I've used them before, and I think they're great. If you want to start a new project, it's called Railway. You can deploy application like your full stack application or even simple application. You can use it to deploy application on it. It's a brand new company. They're new, but a lot of different companies been using them before, and they got a really cool UI, and they support a lot of different languages. For example, Python. They support a lot of different things like JavaScript and a lot of different other languages. And so far, they've been over more than more than 25,000 developers, 2,500 developers on their Discord channel that you can find help, and a lot of people are enjoying them. Now, in terms of their pricing, if you want to take here, you got $5 credit that get granted to you monthly. Yes, so which means if that credit goes down, then you're gonna have to pay it, or if you can choose the developer plan and you can just pay $10, you get access to a lot of this. And again, you can use this to deploy your application for free. You're just working on a simple project, just wanting to get it out there, then this is another great option. A lot of people see this as an alternative to Heroku. If you haven't used Heroku before, then this is a great alternative to Heroku. And of course, just talking about Heroku, Heroku is the other place we recommend to deploy application for free. Now, first week being a full stack developer, this is the place I've used to deploy all my full stack application, and I haven't paid a single dime for it. Now, most of those places that require you to push full stack application, some of them require you a credit card. Like Heroku do require you to put a credit card if you're building, like if you're gonna use one of those dynos, one of those resources that do include like like a database, then you do need to put your credit card. But you could deploy applications like Node.js, Ruby, Java, PHP, Python, Go, Scala, and Clojure, and a lot of different languages on Heroku. The downside about this is the fact that you're using the free plan, then your app might goes to sleep, which means whenever the first user go to it, it takes the app a second before it wakes up and then serve the user. So if you don't want that, you might consider getting a plan, one of the plan that they have, in order to push your application on there and start using that. Now, as far as pricing, if you go to the pricing section, if you go here, you can see the freebies completely for free. You don't pay not a single dollars to it, right? But if you want the production one, you might need to think about upgrading to the $25 a month for it. Or if you want to go a little bit advanced, you can pay $250. Or if you want to go with the enterprise version. Again, all of these options are really great place where you can deploy your application for free. One thing I want to mention from this, places like Vercel, Roku, Will App, they all are deploying your application to AWS for free. But how can you do it? And this is where I'm going to show you AWS as the next place where you can deploy your application for free. Yes, I know what you're thinking, Sterling. AWS might seem confusing, might seem a little bit too much to deploy just a single app, and you might need to pay for it. Let me share with you a couple services you don't need to pay for to push your application for free on AWS. And by the way, if you're going to register on AWS, you need to have a credit card in order for you to do that. Long story short, the first place you can use is Aws Amplifier. Yes, you can leverage AWS to deploy application to AWS. Now, if you haven't worked with Aws Amplifier before, it is a perfect, great way to build front-end application. Deploy things like React.js, Vue.js, and a lot of different tools that you can use. It's kind of like Firebase, but for AWS. Another great place you could use Amazon Light Sales. If you're using them, they also have something called AWS free tier when you first create an account, which means you got 12 months of free services. It's not everything that's for free. Highly recommend you check the services first before you start using them. But Amazon Light Sale allow you to pretty much get a three months for free, and then you get access to that AWS free tier that you can leverage as well. And of course, you could deploy application on Amazon S3. Yes, if you did not know this, you could use Amazon S3 in order to deploy an application, and you can deploy application like React.js, Vue.js, Angular, and a lot of different framework or libraries out there that you can use to deploy your application for free. And there you go, folks. These were the 7 different places that I had for you today in order to deploy your application for free. Let me know what you think. Which places that maybe you're going to try, or maybe you have the most experience with, or maybe you've been using. Well, leave them in the comment below, and we'll see you guys for another video again, and until we talk again soon.